begin, why don't you introduce yourself and describe your sound for people who maybe have never listened to you?
My name's Nnamdi Ogbonnaya. I sound like if Busta Rhymes was in Sum 41.
It's a good
You
description.
thought about that.
Yeah, you had that ready. Um, so, how would you describe playing at South by Southwest compared to other shows?
I usually don't play 3 shows a day, and that's what I've been doing pretty much every day, which is ridiculous. Highly recommend.
What are you doing to stay alive?
Eating lots of Cliff Bars and drinking water, and that's pretty much it. Not sleeping.
That seems like one that wouldn't help you, but
Yeah.
okay. Um, so here at South by, there's a lot of interesting, thought-provoking outfits. What's one of the craziest ones you've seen so far?
I've seen a lot of people walking around in bathrobes, and I feel like the next band that's gonna play in this venue, we're all wearing bathrobes, which is exciting. Because I've always wanted to do that and haven't.
Have you had any exciting celebrity sightings, or is there anybody that you're hoping to run into?
No and no.
No one at all.
Nobody.
No.
Not even Jeff Rosenstock.
Oh shit! I did see Jeff Rosenstock, and it was amazing, and I love him, and we should go on tour.
Yeah.
Putting it out in the universe.
Yeah, this is a formal call for Jeff Rosenstock to go on tour with Nnamdi. We ran into Ugly God the first day.
Oh hell yeah!
It was really
okay,
funny.
I changed my answer. I wanna see Ugly God.
It was very strange. I was like, "Who is that man in a pink bandana actually Ugly God?" And then we like turned around. We're like, "Yeah, his chain says Ugly God. It must be."
That's amazing.
If you could, speaking of Jeff Rosenstock, if you could make your ideal lineup, your ideal showcase, including yourself here at South by Southwest, who would be on your lineup?
Does it have to be people that are here, or just anyone in the world?
Anybody.
Enya, Daughters, Ja Rule,
Of course.
Sum 41, and Prince, R.I.P.
R.I.P. indeed.
Yeah. Prince is a local boy, local Minneapolis guy.
Oh.
Local for us, not local for here.
Like he's not from Austin.
No, he's from where we're from. So talking more about like your own music, you put out Drool, I guess like close to a year ago now, and that was kind of like a different project for you, a different sound. Do you want to just kind of talk about like the process of making that album compared to like other music you've made?
Drool was the first album where I tried to make songs that fit together. Before I would just write whatever I would write. I'd write a bunch of songs and kind of pick from them and be like, oh, these songs work together. Or I would write one really long chunk of music and be like, this is an album. But this was the first time I like listened to individual songs and was like, I want to write themes that are similar to this part in this song and lyrics that are similar to this part in this song and have like an overarching vibe and feel of an album.
Yeah, I saw you back when you were touring with Vagabond in this album. How did you kind of go about from like recording as a solo artist to having like a touring band? It seemed like there are kind of different arrangements there.
That's just what that iteration turned out to be. This one for this tour is kind of similar, but I've never been a huge fan of watching rappers or like electronic artists because a lot of them don't really rap to the songs and it's just like kind of backing tracks and that's just never been my thing. Shout out to people who do that. Not knocking you, but it's just like I grew up just going to like punk shows and watching hardcore bands and that's what I like to see.
Cool. So you're from Chicago. How has that scene like influenced you, and how is it like continuing to influence your music?
Oh, there's so many good bands in Chicago. And I think when I first started learning music, especially when I started playing drums, there was a lot of like weird mathy experimental stuff that kind of like messed with my brain and made me want to like investigate into different weirder music. So yeah, there's just too much to actually know all of the bands and all of the genres or all of the scenes. There's always something you don't know about going on in Chicago.
Yeah, very cool. So since you put out Drool, I don't believe you put out any other projects. So what's next for Nnamdi? Any bands, any projects releasing music anytime soon?
Yeah, I recorded an album with this band I play drums in called Monobody, and that hopefully will be out sometime this year. And I don't know when my album will be out, but
We'll be looking forward to it.
yeah, I've been working on a lot of different things, so hopefully soon.
Last two questions. First one is, what life advice do you have for our listeners?
Life advice: eat Brussels sprouts because young kids don't like Brussels sprouts, but they're delicious, and give them a shot. Also, do what you're passionate about, but actually, if you're gonna do it, like, go hard and do it, and don't half-ass anything, whole ass.
That's fair. And finally, every artist we've been asking if we could get a good yeehaw out of you since we're in Texas. Yeah.
Yeehaw!
Wonderful.